park it, go in, get my groceries, come back, get in my car, push in the clutch, hit the push to start, and click. Click. What the hell's going on? I mean, she is a sexy beast, right? Sexy beast. Just keeping it real. What's happening, everybody? Street here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Stang stories. Just enjoying my night, man. Just wanted to have a little conversation with you guys. This isn't necessarily engine tick related, and I'm sorry about this little beam of light right here. It's like a god ray that's coming down through the camera, but it's kind of sexy if you ask me. There's some things that have happened with the Stang since I got it back from repair. Those of you guys who don't know, this is my 2018 Mustang GT Premium performance pack with the 401A active exhaust, Magna Ride, Shaker Pro. It's like a fully lit GT. Going through the Mustang engine tick like many of you are. Went ahead and had the cam phasers replaced and the passenger head and camshafts replaced. And for a couple of days, it sounded really, really good. But ultimately, I think it's like 6 days later, something. It's right back to where it was. You know, it's just ticking away, tick, 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 tick. But that's neither here nor there. This is story time with Street, and I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of other things that have happened with the car. Since I got it. First it being, which was no fault of the car at all. It was just one of those things I wanted to discuss with you guys. It's like more things happening with my ownership of the Mustang that have just been such a pain in the ass, man. I've owned this car for 5 months, 2 of which the car has been in the shop for repair. And I just got it back a week ago. The temperatures are getting really cold in Northern California, so I'm starting to hit like mid-20s, low 30s around here. And those damn Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's are getting really slick. It was funny, the other day I'm getting on the freeway and I'm stopped in the middle of the road, basically to make a left-hand turn to get onto the freeway off-ramp. So I'm waiting. Car goes by, I turn left, I'm doing about 5 miles an hour and I over accelerated just a little bit. It was 24 degrees outside and the rear end just goes, man. It's just, what? Just throws it out and I proceed along I correct it, proceed on my way, and this dude is hanging out of his car with thumbs out, just like, yeah, buddy. You know, he thinks I'm showboating and I'm laughing because I'm like, dude, I did not mean to do that at all. Ultimately, I went with some Yokohama Advanced Sport All Seasons, which I will do a review on later. But long story short, I'm enjoying the tire. I buy them off TYPEWRITER.com. I'm not being sponsored by TYPEWRITER.com. Okay, nobody started accusing me of all kinds of random BS. I got a really good deal on them at TYPEWRITER.com. Had them shipped to a local tire shop near me. Called them up, said, hey, I'll come in Tuesday. Let's get these tires put on, you know, let's go ahead and get the process going. So I show up that Tuesday. I actually left work early. This is part of the stickler that pissed me off, is that I left work early to get the tires put on. I met my wife and my kids down there with my F-150 and dropped the car off and told the dude, hey, swapping the tires out. You guys are taking my summer set off and putting my winter set on. And he was like, cool, you know, gorgeous car, gonna hook you up, let's do it. About 20 minutes later, he calls me and says, hey, dude, he's like, I'll be honest, this car is pristine. He's like, I'm a Mustang fan and I can't put these tires on without at least telling you that I might scratch your rims. He was like, my technology is pretty current, but it's not the most current. I don't want to scratch these rims up, and I'm going to refer you to a different tire place. And I'm like, okay. I was like, dude, I took work off to get this done. And he was like, I know, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. He was like, but I need to get you to different tire place that has more advanced technology that can put the tires on without scratching your rims up. And I'm like, I mean, if dude's that concerned, I'm going to take his word for it. So I was like, okay, let's do that. So I had to reschedule the appointment with another tire shop for 2 days later. So it was a Thursday. I work from home on Thursday mornings. So I woke up, I took the kids to school, and then took the car to the tire shop. And when I get to the tire shop, the new tire shop, the woman that works the front counter says, hey, I didn't realize it, but my technician had a doctor's appointment and he's not going to be here for a couple of hours. So I'm like, okay, one thing after another. Like, dude, I just need to get these tires put on. Can you get them put on today? Like, I can't take off work early again to get this dealt with. Like, I've already been taking multiple days off of work to deal with the damn engine tank that's going on with the car. I need this dealt with like now. So she's like, yeah, we should be able to get it done before 5. Okay, like if we can get it done before 5, then that's great. Let's do that. The day goes by, I call them up at, I think like 4:30 or something, like, hey, car's ready. And she's like, oh yeah, come pick it up. Well, I noticed that they're like sitting in the shop still, like, and when the minute I like asked them about it, I see scrambling going around, like people are running around, it was like one of those red flags. It just seemed weird. So probably 5-10 minutes go by, and all of a sudden I hear it fire up. I hear that exhaust, and I'm like, okay, there's my baby, dude. She's fired up, and I hear her just sitting there idling, and I'm like, are you guys gonna bring the car out? And she's like, yeah, just give us a minute, we're gonna bring the car out. And I'm like, okay. And like another 10 minutes go by, I still hear it in there idling. I'm like, I'm ready to go. Like, are you guys gonna bring the car out front or what? And she was like, yeah, they're bringing it out right now. So they bring it out, and tires look great. I'm like, dude, the tires look awesome. 275 40 by 19s in the rear, 255 40 by 19s in the front. Looked really, really good. And as I'm loading the tires, my Somerset, into the truck, they're rolling it out, and I get in the car. The dude's like, all right, man, thanks. And I know I'm hitting and missing. I'm all over the place. My brain's slow. Like I said, I've been drinking beers, So I get in the car, and I notice that it feels like the battery has been unplugged. All my ambient lighting settings are all different. My cluster settings are different. The phone's having a hard time connecting. It had been like they disconnected the battery. Okay, I know stuff goes on. Sometimes you gotta disconnect it. Everything seemed fine, I did a walk around the car. Rims were pristine. Nothing was scratched. Nothing was messed up. Move on. I gotta go to the store. I gotta get stuff for dinner. So I drive it literally like 200 feet, 400 feet down to the store. It's like right on the other side of the building. Park it, go in, get my groceries, come back, get in my car, push in the clutch, hit the push to start, and click. Click. What the hell's going on? The first thing I thought is, it's all going down. The engine is done. Just relating back to the engine tank. The engine's done. But it ultimately ended up being the battery. So I tried it a couple of more times. It would just tick. Long story short, we jumped it, got it running. I drove it for 15 minutes and wanted to test the new tires out. And I forgot about that like coating that goes on the new tires. They were so slick, dude. Fam, I was getting on the freeway, just sliding everywhere, dude. I totally forgot about that coating that they put on them. So I immediately was thinking, dude, these tires are trash, straight trash. And I basically drove them around a little bit, and then I got to a spot where I could safely rev it up a little bit and heat those tires up. And then they were money, dude. Love them. Like I said, again, I will post a review later as I get some more miles on me, some experience. It's going to start raining here in a couple of days, so we'll get some wet, kind of impressions too. But the tires are great. So get them worked up. I drive it for 15 minutes, come home, let it idle for 15 minutes, hoping that everything's charging the battery back up and we're going to be good. Next morning, I start the car. My wife's like, you should start it before I leave for work, just so we know, and just so we can get a feel for what's going on with the car. So I start the car and same thing. Click, nothing, dude. Straight up, nothing happens with the car. I'm pissed, livid. I've already dealt with 2 months of this crap with this car, and now the car won't start at all. So I call AAA, say, yo, I need a jump. While I'm waiting for AAA, I call Ford and say, hey, am I covered under a warranty for this battery? The battery is not starting, like the battery's shot. It doesn't seem to be charging, it doesn't seem to be holding a charge. And they're like, yeah, if you can get down here, we'll test it. And if it tests bad, then we'll replace your battery. So the AAA guy shows up, and the first thing he does when he gets out of the car, he's just like, dude, that's a badass Mustang, bro. He was so impressed with the car, and he was so just emotionally distraught about it being broke down. It was hilarious. But an awesome guy, to say the least. He got the car jumped, and we got it working. I took it down to Ford, man, and ultimately the battery was bad, and they replaced the battery under warranty for me. Who knows? The only thing that I can think of is that it sat for so long in the service department that it just wasn't being cycled correctly or something. I don't know. I mean, the battery couldn't have been any more than, a couple of months old, but ultimately went bad. So we got the battery replaced, and we got a new set of tires on the car. I know this has been a long video, but it was one of those stories I was like, humor and anxiety and inconvenience and all kinds of stuff at the same time. It was just one of those that, hey, like I said, drinking some beers, wanted to have story time with Street with you guys. Thought some of you would appreciate it. So again, ultimately we got the new tires on the car, and we got a new battery. It's like just one other thing that has gone wrong with the damn Stang. I know a lot of you guys want to continue getting updates with stuff, and I'm going to continue to update you with things on the car. I've opted out of getting the new engine put in as of just right now. I'm going to drive the car for a little bit and enjoy it. I'm monitoring the tick to see if it gets worse, and honestly, it has been getting worse the last couple of days. But then there's days it's really good. So I'm gonna drive my car for a little bit and enjoy it, and ultimately I'm gonna go back and probably get the new motor put in it. But I'm also in talks with Ford customer relations, and we're working some things out over there too. So I'm gonna have updates for you guys. Stay tuned to the channel because we got more content and more updates coming. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at silverstang707. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you guys want more stories like this, let me know, because I'm more than willing to tell stories. I love entertaining people, and I love talking. So see you guys on the next one.